Alchemy of Creation. 8 core principles for true leaders. My name is Dirk Ulibrand. I am a modern alchemist. How would it be to live, create, work with the same abundance, the same perfection, the same beauty as nature and the universe? During the past 15 years, I have worked in a wide variety of companies, open enough to experience how the original laws of life can be applied in their business. I worked for multinationals, government, top sports teams, police, in prisons, and many more. I want to share with you the essence of what I have learned on this path. I believe it can be important in understanding how to build your business as an expression of the laws of nature and at the same time as a contribution to a truly sustainable, abundant world. I've met a lot of leaders who truly long for this, but just don't know how. My work is meant for true leaders. Originally, this means a virtuous being that lives in truth and has an abundance of wisdom and intelligence in his or her state that allows them to take care of part of the community. Yes, that means a selection of those who are already in a leadership position, but just as well many young and old that don't realize yet that they are true leaders. For those who are still into the blind striving for profit, no matter what it is time to see that if we continue the way that we live now and run our businesses now, there will be no nature left for our children, and not even an earth for our grandchildren. But I suggest not to wait for that. Most leaders that I've worked with feel a resonance with the well-known triangle of people, planet, and profit. These 3 P's are a necessary foundation, but the reality in most companies is that 70 to 90% goes to profit, the rest to people, and planet is an interesting topic to talk about on network meetings. But why is that? Because most leaders see profit and people in a dualistic way, as opposites. Well, this will never lead to true success, but only to winning here and losing there. It is pulling the profit out of the people and the planet, and the price is health, abundance, and happiness. My personal view is that the 3 P's are a good, well-meant idea that does not reach far enough to make a real difference. In many old wisdom traditions, another, way more powerful trinity was used. Often they were called the 3 treasures. These are beyond opinion. They are heaven, nature, and earth. They are the 3 most successful organizations ever. The universe at least 15 billion years. The earth 4.5 billion years. And nature as we know it now also hundreds of millions of years. Now we are talking. And the good news is we are already fully connected to them. I know these multidimensional organizations work entirely different than companies do. I've met many leaders who see that, but they have no clue how to translate the natural language to the business reality. Now this is where alchemy comes in. It is best known as the art of making gold from lead, and that holds a lot of truth. Roots of this ancient science can be found back all over the world and proved to come all from the same source. I have studied the Western and Eastern alchemy traditions now for over 35 years and brought them together in a form that works in the world of today. I came across 8 laws of creation that apply everywhere in the whole universe. I call them the 8 core principles of creation. The alchemy formulas that life uses to create everything, from the atom till the universe, or from you till your life project. These principles are simple, but applying them can be confronting. Please read through them in a present state and with an open mind. 1. Everything grows from the core. Cells, trees, galaxies, everything grows from the core. And that's exactly what is missing in most leaders and companies. That is why so much control is needed. If a leader and his co-workers are truly present in their core, the maximum potential becomes available. 2. True potential. You have much more human potential inside of you and in the people in your company than you realize. And this goes way beyond talents and experience. To discover this, you need to scan for this real potential in a very different way. These first 2 steps form the root of every living creation, and yet they are hardly used in our lives and our businesses. 3. True connectedness. Connect the people from their core and their soul, not from what they say, what they want, or from their masks. The first one creates honesty, the second a masquerade. True connectedness creates aliveness and in the long run more efficiency. 4. The right place. When people are being who they truly are, they will find their right place. Some will leave, some will move, some will suddenly appear. And all of this, just like in nature, effortless. In most companies, the chairs are taken driven by the wrong motives, and it blocks the whole energy. 5. Combine feeling and understanding into being. In alchemy, feeling and thinking, or the masculine and feminine, are constantly in balance. In nature, this law is primordial. Without it, the natural flow of creation is blocked. It requires the willingness to feel what is really going on and to put it into simple, clear language. In other words, to bring thinking and feeling in a solid state of being, first individual, then collectively. 6. Collective soul energy field. In this state, everyone is truly present and on its right place, so now it's time to put the swords all into the middle. It forms a grail where not only human potential is put in, but also a unique product and a collective vision and mission. 7. Creating a resonance field. No natural life form has a business plan. When enough momentum has built up, the individual or company's energy field starts to resonate with its environment. When the flower consciously radiates its scent and beauty, it attracts the right insects. 8. Your sacred geometry. This leads to a natural and unique form. Everything in the whole universe is shaped by a combination of simple forms, waves, and colors. It is a great art to envision and use these forms, but also not to get attached to it. They constantly change. Nature is the clearest example. Leaders who understand, live, and work like this have an enormous advantage on the market. They are free and inspire their employees and clients to live in this same freedom. It allows them to grow, shrink, change freely according to what is needed, just like nature does. I understand if these steps sound far away from your life and your business. It might be true, but the good news is that it is nothing new. It has been around from the beginning. Nature is never in a hurry, and yet everything gets done in time. This is not something you start to implement, but something you remember and start to live. This way, very naturally, it will create new branches on the same old tree trunk, or a new tree arises from the roots of the old one. I'll be honored to support leaders who recognize this message and want to live and work in this way. Leaders with a clear dream, but more important, an instinctive feeling of how life is meant to be. Thank you for listening.